Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rivian Zarna Fauzan. I'm here to talk about the design and construction process behind the London Aquatic Center. This complex project involves innovative engineering solution to create a visually stunning and structurally sound building. I'll be walking you through the challenge faced by the architect and how they were overcome. The center was designed by Pritzker Prize-winning architect Zaha Hadid in 2004. Before London won the bid for the 2012 Summer Olympic. It was built alongside the water polo arena and opposite the Olympic Stadium on the opposite bank of the Waterworks River. The site is 45 meters high, 160 meters long, and 80 meters wide. The wave-like roof is said to be 1,040 square meters, a reduction from the previously stated 35,000 square feet. The design was inspired by Dolan Aqua Centre in East Kilbride, Scotland. The complex has a 50-meter competition pool, a 25-meter competition diving pool, and a 50-meter warm-up pool. The 50-meter pool is 3 meters deep, like the one in the Beijing National Aquatic Center. In order to be fast, its, its floor can be moved to reduce the depth. There are also movable booms that allow its size to be changed. The diving pool has platform boards at height of 3 meter, 5 meter, and 7.5 meter, and 10 meters, and three 3 meter springboards. For the television coverage of the Olympic, the pool were also equipped with innovative cameras in order to present the action from multiple angles. Because the center was designed before the Olympic bid was complete, the spectator wings were not part of the original design. They were later added to fit the estimated audience. The aquatic center is within the Olympic Park Master Plan, positioned on the southeastern edge of the Olympic Park with direct proximity to Stratford. It is planned on an orthogonal axis that is perpendicular to the Stratford City Bridge. All three pools are aligned on this axis. The training pool is located under the bridge with the competition and diving pools located within the large pool hall enclosed by the roof. The overall strategy is to frame the base of the pool as a podium connected to the Stratford City Bridge. The podium emerges from the bridge to the cascade around the pool hall to the lower level of the canal. A new pedestrian access to the Olympic Park via the east-west bridge, called the Stratford City Bridge, pass directly over the center as a primary guideway to the park. Several small pedestrian bridges will also connect the site to the Olympic Park over the existing canal. Site construction fact. The London Aquatic Center is set on one of the most constrained sites on the Olympic Park. The building sits in the between railway lines to the east and the Waterworks River to the west. The temporary stands are actually cantilevered over the railway and river in some areas. The other major site constraint are the two tunnels under the aquatic center. The tunnel contain high voltage electrical cables. They do not align with the aquatic center in any way, but they have a significant effect on the building substructure. Concept and approach. The London Aquatic Center may appear complex and confusing, but at its core, it is simple concept brought to the fruition through clear architectural moves. The Hadid decided to respond to the fluid movement of water heavily influenced the form of the roof. Through ton of forms, the roof took on an undulating wave-like structure. The concept of them continued to drive design decision throughout the design process. The roof structure, the lighting, ventilation, and construction process all became supports for the overbearing concept of the roof. The existing site also influenced and drove design decision. During the construction process, many needs had to be met to counteract the soil content possible flooding from the nearby river. and the existing electric and pipelines. The constant working relationship with the site creates a clear image of why Zaha chose to emphasize the connection to existing bridge, raising the pool hall on the podium and connecting the building to the public circulation. Entering and exiting the site, the flat podium appears to only support the roof, but underneath is program field space dedicated to public and private space. The curved form of the roof steals the eye of any pedestrian approaching the building. The flat podium, contrasting with the roof form, not only supports the pool half structurally but also pragmatically. The eight uh, 15,000 seats along the east and west sides of the building were built almost entirely of recyclable material, knowing that they would be only used for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. These seats were not forgotten in the design of the center structure, however. One, the seating structure wrapped around the roof of the aquatic center, creating a tighter air barrier. Two, fabric was fit along the ceiling timber so as to not damage the material. This also kept movement of the stands to a minimum. Three, the stands were built following the curvature of the roof. The design of the joint between the structure limited the disconnect between the two and create an almost seamless relation. The stadium was designed in such a way that it could be used during the Olympic as a stadium, and after that as a stadium as well as a legacy. The Olympic Met refers to the style the building done during the 2012 London Olympic, with the two wings of seating along the edge. A large design aspect of the London Aquatic Centre was what to do with the building once the Olympic end. London wanted to keep the structure and use it as a community center, which the city was lacking. Zaha and her architect solution was to have 50,000 temporary seats that will attach to the roof. The legacy mode refers to the style the building currently is in, with glazing along the edge, where the temporary stand once had been. The 260 foot long and 140 feet high, these stands are one of the largest stadium seating for an Olympic venue. The largest single lift of the entire job was lifting the 260 foot long truss that was to hold the entire stands up, meaning there would be no need for columns or other supports that would block views. Structural Design, Chapter 2, Construction Process. Construction on the London Aquatic Centre officially began in June of 2009. The building was complete in Olympic mode in 2011, with spectator seating for upward of 50,000 people. After the Olympic Games in 2012, the construction of the additional spectator seating began. The building was converted to its legacy mode with a capacity of 2,500 in 2013. The construction process was an arduous task with precision and accuracy being key to each stage of construction. The complex form of the building required specialist construction, from the careful structural planning in the roof, to the technical planning in the Olympic pools. The construction had to be carefully orchestrated in order to meet the schedule and be finished for the Olympic as well as its outcome and complexity of its structure. The attention to detail in every aspect of this building makes it an architectural phenomenon. Foundation construction began after the remediation process was complete and the electrical tunnel were complete. The method of using cast-in-place piles as a foundation type was chosen because the method helped to stabilize the soil after the remediation. Construction on the supports for the roof structure began at the same time. This ensured the ground was ready when the roof construction need to begin. Due to the amount of piles needed, roof construction had to be begin before all of the piles were put in. Foundation of the building consists approximately 1,000 cast in place concrete piles. Concrete piles are formed by coring a hole into the ground to the desired height and filling it slowly with concrete. Connection the bracing for the roof create a grid across the roof. Precision and planning were key. The roof was constructed in stage. First supports were built at the end point of where a beam would land. Then cranes lifted the prefabricated beams up to their attachment point and the beam was attached. After all the beams for that section were attached, toilets were added for support while building strategies were added between the concrete roof support during construction. Foundation plates had to be put on the supports of the cranes to ensure that they wouldn't sink into the ground with each beam lift. The roof structure was fully built before work on the interior space could begin due to the supports needed for construction. After the roof structure was built, the pool construction began. There are several layers created in the top of the roof. Sheeting and waterproofing were put down over the steel supports. Mechanical system was placed into the space. Space were added before the final aluminum sheeting was added. The process of rolling out of sheeting for the roof only took a team of 25. It took only a month to cover up the roof fully with the last aluminum finish. The connection between the roof and the support column are a sliding joint. Joints like this are commonly found in the bridge. The joint can slide up to 2 feet. This is to allow for expansion and construction that occurs in the steel roof structure due to the temperature change. Structural system. One of the key challenges of the project was developing the structure for the spectacular waveform roof, which is super on only two concrete cores to the north and along a 70 feet length of wall to the south. The architect roof geometry was inspired by the fluid geometry of water in motion, with the lower surface lying between the diving and competition pools to help describe two different zones within the one building volume. The two sides of the roof sweep upwards, emphasizing the waveform and also allowing the pool hall in legacy mode to be flowed with natural light. The key driver to the arcing form of the two sides, however, was the need to provide column-free slack lines to all 17,500 spectators to the far side lane of the competition pool in games mode. Steel system. The structural system consists of one dia diaphragm diaphragm with three total connections. The overall plan form of the roof consists of a rounded diamond shape being much wider at midspan. The primary structure was fabricated entirely of straight edge section fabricated foam plate with flanges oriented vertically and equal with section for cards and braces to facilitate ease of fabrication at joint. Plate order were used on some truss and narrow to acute angles at their end. The gross curvature of the primary structure was formed by fastening the truss cord and nut position. The roof contained about 30,200 tons of structural steel, of which 2,000 tons are fabricated plate girders with the structural connecting, totaling around 600 tons. How the roof structure works. The whole roof structure is supported on just 3 points, a wall at the south and two concrete cores to the north. Point 2. Despite its complex shape, the roof is made up from relatively simple two-dimensional elements. The truss, number 3, run in north-south direction and shape to clear the diving, number 4, and competition walls, number 5. The truss outward from the center like a fan, the two outer truss act as inline tight arc with create two cantilever wings on either side of the building for the temporary seating. The roof structure comprises a series of long span truss spanning the length of the main pole hall from the transverse truss mounted on the southern retaining wall bearing to another transverse truss spanning between the northern concrete core. The center fan truss carry load in truss action spanning between the north and south transverse truss, which carry the load down to supporting bearing on the concrete structure below. Due to the roof geometry, arches are formed in the wing area to the west and east of the central area. Under uniform loading occurs in the central fan, the two opposite inline truss, the structure of arc in the wing area, the roof can be detached, balance each other, forming two dome form in a dome compression hoop structure at the angle around the roof parameter. Attention force arise from the change in geometry 34 to the normal that separates compression and tensile force. In the London of the Compression Hoop Aquatic Center, the angle in plane at the kinks which occurred at the wingtips, and this is resisted by attention of the roof is 30. Therefore, creating a compression hoop instead of a tension tie across the center and ring, if the angle is greater resulting tension force than 34. In order to ensure the roof, we have as described above to minimize the effect on the substructure. The northern end of the roof is supported on fixed spherical bearing to act as through pins. The southern end is supported on three sliding special bearing along the top, the southern wall, the other with bearing sliding in both principal axes, and the central bearing only allowed to slide along the central axis of the building. This was in order to avoid the support wall attracting thrust to simplify the substructure construction and permit the roof to expand under temperature effect. The long spanning steel members are supporting and transferring the bulk of the load, solving for reaction, drawing shear force diagram and a bending moment diagram depict how the form and structure of the long spanning beams was developed. There are some details of the picture. Podium and roof details. Now, concrete system. The plaza bridge structure is designed as a three-span continuous portalized frame and is approximately 260 feet long and 165 feet wide in plan, with a central span of 100 feet crossing the 165 feet training pool. The remaining buildings separated from the highway structure are the 165 feet training pool tank and adjoining elements which are constructed within the bridge supports, but not attached, to allow the building to be built away from the bridge without affecting the bridge performance in any way. The basement was designed as a single conjoined structure without moving joints, control casting sequence, and concrete mixes. Requiring carefully specification along with appropriate concrete and reinforcement design were required to achieve the 150-meter long by 45-meter wide basement arrangement. Material used: the high humidity in the pool hall called for material that will not warp or swell, which means that any wood used will have to come from a humid climate, and any other material cannot be extremely porous. For major material were used in and around the building: concrete, glass, wood, and tile were the most logical choice. Concrete is noticeable throughout the entire complex. The main podium, the building, sits on is a large span of continuous pure concrete. The bridge of the London Aquatic Center, utilized as its main entrance, is also completely concrete. Along with this, the three main legs, the roof sits on are concrete shear walls. The center contractor chose to use ground granulated blast furnace cement. The solution is byproduct from the steel industry and contribute to lower embodied carbon concrete. The ceiling is made up of more than 35,000 red load timber panels. The Brazilian hardwood are laid parallel to the roof edge, which help the backstroke swimmers to follow a straight line. This wood was used because it comes from a humid climate and will not warp. Each plank of wood is unique and has its own serial number. This is because the two pieces are exactly alike. The piece of wood on the ceiling also extends outside the building to create the solid section of the facade. This creates a consistent set of material and color throughout the entire building. Conclusion. Overall, the structure is sensual in its form with a generosity of space. It is considered as one of the most iconic buildings in the recent times due to its pure and powerful form. The center can people one of the 70,000 or 50,000 houses, more than challenges faced by designers in building such a structure is its volume. The building is planned in a way that even people it doesn't feel 70,000 and 500 if it hosts claustrophobic, and when the stadium is empty, it especially doesn't feel like a huge hollow vessel. This is the result of the very organic roof and planning. Thank you.